In this video, I will explain why trading is a difficult skill. Now, generally in any business or in any field of life, when there is money on the line, it is difficult for one to manage his emotion, your excitement, your fear, panics too. So all these things are difficult to manage. Now, look at why trading is a difficult task. Whenever you want to execute a position or a trade or whatsoever, you have to put in your real money, okay? Because it's just like somebody saying, this business is going to do well, this business is going to do well. Oh yeah, put your money. If you are very much convinced that this business will yield a profitable return, then put your money. Now, the moment you put your money, everything changes. Your psychology, your thought, everything about you will automatically change. Why? Because there is real money on the line. So when there is real money on the line, there is panic. You would be like, hope this thing is not going to go against me. Hope this trade is going to go against me. There will be fear of missing out. Hope this trade is not going to leave me if I don't execute now. If I don't execute it now, hope this is going to happen. That's going to happen. That's another thing. Now, the third one is excitement. When the trade is now playing in your favor, you feel like Pablo, you feel like Melin, you feel like, I finally hit the bag. So that excitement now will now get into your head and you will start to misbehave. Maybe you'll be like, let's go and make more, let's go and make more, let's do this, let's do that. And along the process, you ruin your effort. Okay, so that is why trading is very difficult. And now there's actually a way out to help yourself. Now, any trade that you want to execute that you see that you are not comfortable with, maybe your stake is high. What I mean by stake is your lot size is high. Now, you have to first of all reduce your lot size. You first of all have to reduce your lot size. Because if you are in a trade that every now and then you go to your chart to check the performance of the trade, then it means that your emotion is rising. Okay, your emotion is rising, so you are not just comfortable with that position. Okay, so when you are having that kind of feeling, it means that the lot size you're using to execute that trade is not what you can afford to lose. So you have to reduce your stake. That is number one trade. That is number one thing. Now, the second one is that you need to get yourself a life outside trading. It must not always be trading. Sometimes get yourself a hobby, things you can do that can keep your mind busy. Because if you are on the chart every now and then, you will be tempted to either close your running profit or do what? Cut your losses short, even when you have a stop loss standby. You can't even wait for market again to get to that stop loss and trigger the order. You're already panicking, so you don't want to lose money and you'll be like, let me cut the trade. Okay, so the way to manage your emotion is by making sure that you reduce your risk or your lot size to a bare minimum, the one you can be able to manage. Because we are human beings, we are filled with emotion, so we cannot get rid of that emotion, but we can control it to some extent. So one of the process to control that emotion is by putting a stake of what we can afford to lose. That is risking the amount we can afford to lose. Yes, when there is money on the line, there is no amount that is too big or the amount that is too small, because money is money. But we have to risk the one that if something goes wrong, we won't even think about that for the longest time. Okay, so it is important for us to manage our emotion as a trader, because if you know how to trade but you cannot execute the knowledge, then it equals to nothing. It means that what you know cannot even put food on your table. But when you now execute what you know in a proper way and it's able to yield something positive or something profitable, then it simply means that what you know is valuable.